I am Lily, I'm 15 years old, and I moved here when I was in 6th grade, and this is a story of when I was bullied. It started around 6th grade after we moved. I was about 11 or 12, and I was a different kid because we lived back in Wyoming, and I was looked at differently, and I was called names, and I was called fat and ugly, and it really put an impact on my life. So I kind of I got depressed, and then I locked myself off from everyone. I closed, everything off, and I didn't talk to anyone. I tried to keep myself from sharing my emotions from everyone, and I started having suicidal thoughts, and I thought of cutting, and I started cutting, and I definitely had many attempts to do it, and it really affected how my life is today. So I started to have these thoughts when, elementary school was over, started moving into middle school, came to Space Coast in about 7th grade. I was making new friends. It was a new school again, and I was trying to get, used to everyone. But that was the time when I started really doing things, and, I didn't get any help. So that also put a big thing on me. And I was about 13, and so in about 8th grade, 8th or 9th at the beginning, I had locked myself in the bathroom for a couple hours, and my mom didn't leave me alone, so I didn't open up. I was still closed off to everyone. She tried helping, and then I finally started to open up to everyone, and I started to go to therapy, and that's when I started to really begin to share my feelings and stop, the cutting and the attempts to say, oh, I don't have anyone there, and I'm not, I'm just not, I'm alone, and that really had the most effect. So I said to myself, I was like, I'm not alone, and I have people here. So that's when I started to stop the cutting and all the suicide stuff. So I had some toxic friends at the time, and I started to, peer pressure was put on me, and I had stopped everything at that point, but I had started to do some bad things I shouldn't have done, and then at the end of my 9th grade year, that was when it really affected me, and people started to find out what I did, and I'd stopped going to therapy at that point because I was good, and I wasn't depressed anymore. And then I had gone on a vacation, and that kind of opened my eyes, and I started to realize how good my life was, yet I was just taking advantage of it, and I was, just saying I have no one, and then I started to realize I'm a better person than this, and I'm still learning from my mistakes, and I'm still regretting the choices I have made that haven't, been the greatest, and I'm still, trying to say to myself I'm not alone, and I'm not, and suicide isn't the way. So if you're having a hard time with this stuff, then I just wanted to say you're not alone, and that you can get help.
My name is Trinity. I am 16 years old, and this is the story of how my sister got diagnosed with cancer and how my baby sister was taken away from me. my sister was diagnosed with cancer. When I found out she was diagnosed, I felt hopeless. I felt like nothing would be able to cure her, and I felt like I was gonna lose her. And I fell into a really deep place. I became depressed. I tried to be with her as much as possible because I couldn't imagine more without her. And when this was all happening, my baby sister named Journey got taken away from me, and this made me just feel like everything was going bad and everything was getting worse as it was going. I felt hopeless. How I coped with everything was trying to be positive through everything, and when I was that age, I didn't really know what cancer was, so I just thought she was, had the flu or was just a little bit sick. So I thought she would get better, so it put me on a better outlook of it. So when I found out my sister had been cured from cancer, I felt like a weight was lifted off my shoulders. I felt very happy for her and everything that she had gone through to get through it, and I felt very proud of her. And I felt like I didn't have to worry about losing her all the time now, and I felt like she was actually good.